Well, hello. This is a breezy morning here at Simpson Hill Farm. It is September, and I'm showing you right now the behind the woodshed garden. So you can see right over here, I've got a few carrots that were really late sown, and I'm not sure why, but the germination rate again was very poor. Could have been all the water we had, I'm not sure. And I think the wind is going to pick up, but in this garden we still have quite a few brassicas. So we have, here is some kale. We have a really lovely looking cauliflower, and we have some collards over there. We had some broccoli, but I ate it. And the rabbits ate it too, so they were really happy about that. And I still haven't done anything about the continuously growing horseradish patch. If anyone wants some, let me know. One thing you will notice in all of my gardens is that I have an abundance of dandelion. I don't mind that whatsoever. It brings in some honeybees when they're blooming, often the first and last thing that they can have. You can eat the greens, and I will actually harvest the roots. I clean them up, and then I roast them, and then I grind them up and I add them to like a coffee mixture, and it tastes really, really good. So I don't mind them. They don't take up much space. I think no one comes to a party empty-handed, and I'm sure they're enhancing my soil somehow. So we're here in my starting hoop house. I didn't get a chance to get these guys out in the ground. They will likely go to my chickens. You can hear it's really quite windy. I still have some onions. I was going to use those as more or less like spring greens, and I might still do that. They're still chugging along. I'm not ready to throw in the towel for them yet. Again, I have some more things that I just didn't quite get into the ground. I'm harvesting up the last bits of my lettuce. We've been enjoying it immensely. Tastes really good. Glad I did that. And I did start a few spinach. These are the ones that didn't germinate for whatever reason. And I'm going to try to do them hydroponically indoors, the ones that did germinate. So we'll see how that goes and let you know. Okay, so now I'm in the behind the greenhouse or hoop house garden, and we had lots of cucumber vines, but they just didn't seem to create too many cucumbers this year. You can see a few of them sort of started. I think I had maybe 5 to begin with. This is a new pumpkin for me called Gumdrop, and it looked very exciting. I found one, and then I found someone was eating it. I'm not sure. I think we have rabbits here, and that's not so good. And here's another really nice pumpkin here. So I don't even have quite a few pumpkins this year, which is unusual. You can see the vine goes way down there. Hopefully there's a few more. I do have more brassicas. This was a great year for them. I tried corn. I had some leftover seed, you can see over there. I still have my hummingbird feeder up, that's coming down. And I still have beans, which is really unusual for me because by now we usually have a killing frost and these things wouldn't even survive. So anyway, I'm going to go pick these beans, get the hummingbird feeder down. Oh yes, the corn that I was starting, I grew out. It actually had great pollination out here in the back. But there wasn't too many of them. But I think I let them stay on the cob or the corn stalk long enough that hopefully I can use it for seed next year and then grow quite a bit more. We'll see. Fingers crossed. That was the golden bantam. This audio will probably be terrible thanks to the wind. But I wanted to show this area because this spring I will have an enclosed hoop house. That will be hoop house number 3. I hope to have a new one plus both of my other 2 ones in this area here. So I'm not exactly abandoning this place because I love it, but I am going to put the hoop houses all together on the one side. It'll be a little bit easier to get water from the barn, and hopefully a little bit more sun would be nice, and that will actually give me another 10 by 20. Actually more than that because the other hoop house is bigger too. Additional gardens, so that will make probably 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 gardens in total, each about, I don't know, 20 by 24 maybe. Have no idea what acreage that is, but I look forward to the spring. I think that'll be a whole lot of fun. Okay, so this answers the question as to where did all my peas go. Yes, he did move them, Mr. Chipmunk, and planted his own pea garden, I guess. I'm going to show here are a few sugar beets leaves in here. So this is stuff that I put in a lot of containers, especially carrots, because I find that they do roll away on me. This was an empty one, so I thought, well, I had an extra zucchini plant, why not give it a try? We have, sorry, that's kind of fast, some amaranth. Can't wait to try that. The kohlrabi finally got to be a decent size. And I still have quite a bit of lettuce left, which I know we're going to enjoy quite a bit. So that is the, I don't know, I usually call this carrot alley, because this is usually all planted in carrots. Here's some beets. A few people have wondered why their beets aren't kind of forming beet roots. I blame it on the seed. I know Charles Dowding from England has said the same thing, that particularly beets, the seed houses need to be working on their seeds a little bit more. Let's just say that. And there we have some of the crack keys. I'm going to harvest all that lettuce today and eat it tonight for supper. Okay, so here we are in the really big hoop house. You can see the lemon cucumbers there. Still a lot of vine, very, very few cucumbers, sadly, because they're one of my favorites. The cucamelon that I planted really late still hasn't really produced much. We do still have lots of celery. I think I will dry that because I really enjoy that in my soups and other things. We do have a few peppers. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those yet. Make something, I'm sure. Maybe part of my zucchini relish. I have some herbs still left to dehydrate. More beans, and they're doing lovely. So I will pick more of those and enjoy them. And I do have, although you can't really see it very well, a few really big eggplants going on there. And I did stick a few, oh, and you can see there's zucchini in there. So get yourself a hoop house. This is by no means fancy. The ribs are truly a hoop house rib, but this is just clear stuff I get from the building center. So it really doesn't have to be fancy. They just work and they're lovely, especially up here in Northern Ontario. I couldn't see myself gardening without it. All right, I'll show you the front gardens shortly. Here's a nicer look at our apple green eggplant, and that's a black diamond eggplant. Okay, as promised, here's my front garden. We do have a few pumpkins, not a lot, a handful, so I'll probably end up keeping those. We have a lot of little tomatoes all in there, and I've already harvested lots. I'm dehydrating lots. It's getting kind of crazy. I might just pick the green ones there and make some type of relish. I'm not sure. Give some to my hens. There's quite a few of them. We do have a few squash in there. They're not completely ripe yet, so I don't know. I'm beginning to lose faith if they'll ripen up on time, even for me to use. But I guess it's always good for the goats and the chickens. They'll enjoy eating it for sure. The corn, I did harvest. Some went out to a few customers. I'm hoping they like them. We enjoyed it, and I kept quite a few on the stock, hoping to use it next year for seed. And you can see, I don't know why, the last few years I have only gotten this for Brussels sprouts. Same thing. So I think it's time to switch up seed companies and use something else. Maybe I'll have better luck. The Jerusalem artichokes, while tall, didn't really nub out. I think it was just too rainy, maybe not enough sun, I'm not sure. Anyways, that's the last of the garden tours for this year, and hopefully next spring I can show you our brand new hoop house. Toodles!